Hi guys, and welcome back to this tutorial. In the previous section we have created our first function or method, and this method was displaying hello world in the actual console window. So in this section what we will do is to improve this skill by creating another function that will this time take one parameter and display it. So let's go to Visual Studio and start to implement that. So again, we're in Visual Studio. You can see the first function here called my first function. So we're going to create a brand new function. So again, the type will be void because it doesn't actually return anything for now. I'm going to call it my second function. And again, open and close my round brackets, and again open and close my curly brackets. Done. Okay, so again there are no errors so far. Now this function will use a parameter. So again we'll have to define the type of the parameter. It's going to be a string, and again this parameter will be referred to as maybe f name. So again, I'm just passing a first name, okay? And what I will do is whenever this function is called, I'm going to print your name is, and again I'm going to add whatever was passed in fname. Okay, so fname. So fname in this case can be compared to a local variable. So again, whatever is passed to this function as a parameter will be referred to as fname, and again this variable called fname will be used locally in our function. So that's done. So the next thing I need to do is to obviously call this function. So again my second, and again you can see that the auto-completion is offering me to choose between those two. So again I'm going to use the first one, my second function, and again here I'm going to put my first name within double quotes because it's a string, and say Patrick, and save. And again you can see that I'm missing a semicolon here, so save that. So effectively here we're gonna I'm gonna comment the first line because I don't want to use it right now. I just want to test the second function, although the first one is working. And again I'm going to call a second function called my second function and pass the name of the string Patrick as a parameter. And again this function here is receiving this string called Patrick and will refer to it as fname. Therefore, if I call this line of code, it should basically print your name is followed by the first name, which is Patrick. So I'm going to save that, go back to Unity, wait for the code to be compiled fully, and then play the scene. And I should then get a message saying your name is followed by my first name. So again, the compilation has completed. So again, I'm going to play now. What it's saying to me is that one of my variable or is actually not used, which is fine, just a warning. So I could either comment it or leave it there. I'm going to leave it for the time being, play my scene, and once this is done, what you should see is a message saying your name is Patrick. So effectively we have managed to display the parameter that was passed to this function, which was in this case Patrick, and again it is displayed in the console window. So the next thing we could do to improve that is to pass now two parameters. So again, I'm going to create a brand new function. Again, I'm going to copy paste what I have. So copy this part and paste it and call my, this time my third function. Okay, so again, my third function is going to take two parameters. The first one is a string, and the second one as well is a string, but I'm going to call it L name for last name. And again here, instead of your name is, I'm going to say your full name is, and again I'm going to add fname plus a space plus L name. Alright, so effectively what I'm doing here is that I'm passing two variables, first name and last name, and again displaying those in the message. So the next thing for me is I'm going to comment this code here and instead call my third function and pass two things. The first thing is the first name and the second one is the last name. Okay, that's done. And I think we're pretty much okay to go. Since I'm not using the variable counter, I'm going to save that to avoid any error or warning messages. And again here, because I'm calling my function and passing two parameters, Patrick and Felicia. So again, first name, F name should be Patrick, second name or L name, sorry, should be Felicia. Therefore, it should say your full name is Patrick and Felicia. Okay, so I'm going to save that, go back to Unity, and again, the compilation is finished. Now you can see that I've missed a semicolon there. So again, I'm going to go back and type the semicolon, go back to Unity. And again, now we should be pretty much okay to go. So this message should disappear. That's it. So again, if I play my scene again, so that's from the previous example. So I'm going to clear that and play. Now, instead of doing that, I could just say clear and play, which is fine. So it's going to clear it every time I restart my scene. And again, I'll play my scene. And now what I should have is your full name is, and Patrick and Felicia. So you can see in this example that I've managed to create a function that takes two parameters, and these two parameters are then used to display a specific message. In my case, it's the full name, or the idea that I will concatenate the first name and the last name to create a full name.